What's good, everybody? It's your boy D Nice with I2G Hip Hop, back at it with another review. We're doing a double header today. We earlier reviewed the new EP Attention is a Drug from Tash, and today we are also reviewing the new album from Kurupt and DJ Battlecat on Death Row Records, Tales from My Hood. Urge everyone to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on I2G Hip Hop on YouTube, letter I, number 2, letter G, hip hop. You can also check this review out and many other reviews on the hip hop site, Illuminati2G.com, word Illuminati, number 2, letter G.com. Drop down menu, you can go to the review section and check this review out, the Tash review, and many others. So, new album by Kurupt. Many people will probably think this review will probably be a little biased. Kurupt is one of my, I would say he's probably my personal top 10 favorite MCs of all time. Dog Food is one of my favorite albums all time, easily top 10. So much history, with Death Row, the Dog Pound, Snoop. Really influential in music when I listened to when I was younger. Doggy Style, The Chronic, they just were different. It was hardcore gangster rap, but extremely lyrical. And I always said, Dog Pound is my equivalent to Wu-Tang on the West Coast. A lot of us were talking, with Wu-Tang, you've got Inspector Deck, Raekwon, Ghostface, Method Man, all of You God, there always was constant conversations about who's the best MC in Wu-Tang. We did the same thing on the West Coast with the Dog Pound. Some people it might be Snoop, other people it might be Kurupt, other people might say RBX, Rage. Point being, they were all deadly MCs on the mic. Stranded on Death Row, Blueberry, so many dope posse cuts. Did a lot of music with Tupac as well once he was on Death Row. Point being, this is a long time coming solo album from Kurupt. It had been a long period of time. Is it the streets is a mother or anything like that? No. That doesn't mean it's a bad album. Kurupt is 54 years old. He's not the same, early mid-20s rapper. His flow is a lot different. I felt with this album it was a little more safe, whereas he didn't have, before he'd give you, 7 or 8 just lyrical, extremely high lyricism records. Kind of kept it a little bit more on the mellow side, but this is a great album to cruise to. Great production by Battlecat first and foremost. And, on Tales from My Hood, Kurupt solves that problem by keeping formula simple. Teaming with DJ Battlecat, Long Beach veteran, delivers an album that doesn't chase trends or nostalgia. It celebrates timeless West Coast craftsmanship. Love that it was 11 tracks. Now, more documented now with a lot more interviews now that Kurupt is doing. He did have some health problems. This album actually was originally supposed to be the We All We Got, which turned out to end up be a Dog Pound album, because the first single ended up being, it was a Kurupt solo record, but then they added the East Siders and Daz onto it as well. So a lot of these tracks, like Mystic River, for example, is almost 20 or over 20 years old, but it was produced by DJ Battlecat. Snoop did come out and state that there will be a instrumental to Tales from My Hood, which I think is dope, because this is some of the best and most consistent production that Battlecat has had. Has worked a lot with the Dog Pound. You did a good portion of the 213 album. Even when Snoop had his own label, Doghouse Records, he did a lot of production there. Has worked with who's who on the West Coast. So it was really dope. And one of the best Kurupt solo records of all times produced by Battlecat. We Can Freak It. You can still throw that on in the club. Everybody's gonna bum rush the dance floor, but the production on here is absolutely phenomenal, and it's really one of those dope summertime records. The timing of this album coming out, towards the end of July. This is when, you'll be steady in your rotation, but it's definitely, for the ride. You can let the top down, cruise down the California coast or wherever you're at, and just vibe to it. Dope intro, Sneak Attack, which Kurupt was really good. Pretty much half the album almost he has videos for out currently. He was dropping them consistently on Fridays. And Sneak Attack features Charlie Be Real and Snoop. It immediately establishes chemistry, Snoop's effortless flow, and complements Kurupt's more aggressive cadence. And Be Real has Charlie Be Real, a really dope hook on it. Me and the Boys as well. You can really kind of get that chemistry with Snoop and Kurupt that they've had over all of these years. A lot of like soul samples, kind of has that George Clinton kind of Parliament funkadelic feel to it. Heavy bass lines on it. Again, I said the production is just really what carries this album, and also shows Kurupt has still has range. Special featuring Black Tovin and Jane Hancock. Kind of more softens the mood. Very melodic track, Love Letter, which is one of my favorite tracks on there. Mystic River is kind of more of that lyrical Kurupt the Kingpin type sound that you're, that the lyricists, fans of Kurupt, that side, like to listen to. But it's still more calm, but just a really dope beat, and then the outro at the end is just absolutely dope. Like I said, lyrically, Kurupt kind of keeps this more kind of a party relationship type mood, and Love Letter is a great kind of storytelling track with that. West Coast music, also dope as well. And I think one of the best tracks on here is Mind State. Again, showing off those storytelling abilities that Kurupt is so dope for having. Mind State got BJ, Chicago Kid, Charlie Be Real, and Il Camille. Super dope. It's got soulful harmonies, very thought out lyricism. West Coast music featuring Butch Cassidy, also another one of my favorites on here. Cassidy has just great hook, and it glides over Battlecat's production. Kurupt pays homage to the sound and culture that reshaped his career. I don't love her, not one of my big time favorites on the album. I would say probably the only really mishap on here. And the album closes out with Gunna. Again, I would say the two tracks where you're looking for more, if you're a fan of lyricism from Kurupt, say Mystic River and Gunna are going to be the tracks you're looking for. My favorite beat on the album just allows Kurupt to do what Kurupt does, just be a lyrical monster on it, and a classic outro by RBX. This sounds like a song that would easily fit back in the early 2000s or the 90s. So overall, out of 5, I still give this a solid 3.75. I'll listen to it a little bit more, possibly go to a 4. Again, it's not, I think if this album were Kurupt trying to come back and become Kurupt the Kingpin, I don't think it would have worked. But I think with the timing of it, if everything happened, I personally think some of the tracks could possibly be older and they were retouched. Regardless, it's new if you've never heard it before. Super dope, solid album. Lyrically, it's not The Streets is a Mother. Actually, lyrically, it's not even, Street Lights, where, again, Kurupt was showing off a lot more of the lyricism. but I think production-wise, it's up there with any Kurupt solo record off the production alone, and where you've got the one producer, one rapper. This works perfectly. Definitely up there as one of the better West Coast projects been released this year, and I think it'll age well in hip hop in general for this year. Be on the lookout in September. You got the Master Killa and Rakim DPG Wu-Tang album that's going to be dropping. Definitely looking forward to that. But solid 4 out of 5. Urge everyone to check it out. Got some Beats by Dre or some very nice headphones. Be a very nice listen, and also in your ride as well in the whip. Again, I2G Hip Hop on YouTube. Also the site www.illuminati2g.com. Hit the drop down menu, go to the reviews section, and you can check out this review and many others. But D Nice I2G Hip Hop signing off. Peace.